have head coach Blaine McCorkle, quarterback Chance Newman, and Cadillac Rhone. Welcome, you guys. Coach, we'll start with an opening statement from you, and as you look forward to the season, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, thanks for having us, and thanks to the Southland Conference for putting this on. It's been a great event for the last 2 days, and I think these guys have had a great experience and really enjoyed it and given us an opportunity to promote our brand both at Northwestern State and as the Southland Conference. So thank you to everybody who's taken a part in this. But we're really excited to get the season started. We play in 38 days, I think we're down to now, and it's been a long time coming for these guys and the players at Northwestern State. It's no secret, what the program's been through the last 6-8 months, close to a year now. Shutting down a season, losing their teammate Ronnie was very hard on these guys, and they've been through as much as any college football player should ever have to go through. So one of the best things that these guys need to do is go out and play a little football. That's the best medicine they can have. So we're excited to get the season started. The guys have worked really, really hard this summer. We had a good spring practice. Next Monday we'll report 108 young men to training camp, and of that 108, right at 60 were not on the roster last fall. So it really is a true rebuild with a lot of brand new faces, and the 50 plus that are returning. I couldn't be prouder of those guys for choosing to stay through the hard times. In today's society, and especially in their generation now with the portal and those things, it's so easy for kids to look for a way out, to look for the easy road. And these two guys right here next to me they represent that group. But those 50 plus have decided to stay for the right reasons and stick it out. And I really admire and respect what they've done. We've got a tough slate ahead of us. We've got one of the toughest schedules in FCS football with our non-conference slate and then going into conference play. But we're excited for the challenge, and we're ready to get going. And it's been 625 days today since Northwestern State's won a football game, and we're due and we're excited, and we hope this fall we can give these guys and the campus and the whole city of Natchitoches something to be really proud of, and restore that place to the once very proud and prominent place that it used to have in FCS football.
Give us a little bit more of a glimpse of what it's been like for you since you've gone in, taken over, and trying to put that work in, putting this team together.
It's been a lot of work, and it's been a journey, and it's been exciting, and I've really enjoyed every minute along the way. It's not something that necessarily is new to me. I came from a place that had a very, very similar situation when I took over at Belhaven University in Jackson, Mississippi 6 years ago in terms of success and culture and academics. Very, very similar situation, so it's familiar territory. And then I was fortunate enough as an assistant coach 3 times to be a part of new staffs coming in and having significant turnarounds at Liberty, at Richmond, and at Delaware, all 3. We were able to do things very, very similar. So it is familiar territory. So we feel like we have a pretty good blueprint. We know how we want to go about it and what we need to do. What's different is the players at every place are different. So you got to kind of figure out who they are and how they're going to fit and how they're going to buy into your plan. One thing that I'm really proud of these guys for, and I've referenced a lot, the success and the turnaround we had at my last stop, but I believe that the guys here at Northwestern State have actually kind of bought in a little bit quicker than they did at Belhaven, and that's no slight to the kids at Belhaven. I think those kids would tell you those guys were as close and united and did things really special there as anybody I've ever been around. But these guys might be a little bit ahead of schedule. I'm pretty excited about that, as we kind of go through and kind of have a plan for how we want to do it. So we'll be excited to get going and seeing what it looks like.
Chance, talk about the buy-in. You're joking about your freshman head coach. When he comes in and he's talking to the team, what is it like in the locker room among the guys?
There's a lot of optimism coming out of last season, so everybody was kind of ready for that fresh start. The guys who stayed were the guys who wanted to be a part of this and wanted to be a part of something special and building Northwestern State football back to what it's been in the past and what it will be in the future. So it was, having a new staff and a fresh slate, a brand new team. Guys are just ready to go out there and work and build this culture. And, one thing that me and Cadillac have been working on all season is bringing everybody along with us, getting the buy-in to build that culture, getting guys close, united, trusting each other so we can go out and play football games together. And, like I said over there, loving each other, because whenever you love somebody, then you're going to go play football to the hardest of your ability or whatever it is in life. But so it was, a great start for us to get the new coach and to bring the guys back that wanted to be here so that we could, continue moving forward and build this brand of football back up.
Cadillac, give me your perspective on how it's been the past few months as the team is getting together, getting ready, and knowing that football is about to be played very soon for you guys.
It's been great, actually. The guys are really hungry. Like he said, we haven't won in a long time, and most of the guys, they're ready to get their first win under the belt. And just want to thank the coaches for coming in and, me and Chance over here pushing the guys, to trust the coaches and trust the process that we're going through right now. So, yeah, it's been good these past couple months.
Do you have a countdown? Are you at that point yet where counting down the days of when you guys have their first game?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I've been counting down since spring ball. I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
Chance, what do you think it will take for this team to come out and start the season strong and get a win?
It's going to mean a lot to the community and to the guys in the locker room. It's been a long time coming. We've busted our butt all off season, so it's time to reap the benefits in our eyes. So I think the guys are ready to play football. I think we've put in the work to get to this point, and I think we haven't really left anybody behind. So I think at this point, it's just going to mean a lot to us, the community, the staff. They came in, they did a great job filling all the holes that we had in the roster. So it's going to be great. We're all really excited for it.
Coach, obviously the goal is to win as many games as possible, but what do you hope the identity of this team will be?
Well, I hope the identity of this team, I think what I want people to see when they sit in stands is a group of guys that plays really, really hard, that plays physical, that plays with a lot of passion. And I want to see a football team here in year one that plays clean, just good, clean football. Don't do things to beat yourself. As we mentioned, it has been a long time coming since we've been on the winning side of things, and I think that's where you got to start. You got to play for the right reasons. You got to play fast. You got to play physical, but you got to be simple and sound too. You got to take baby steps. You can't just throw it all in there at once. Let's just get this thing started and play good, clean football, and the wins will come, and just get a little bit better every day. And I think that's the track that we're on right now, and these guys have done a good job buying in culturally, but learning the offense, the defense, the kick game, all the football specifics as well. So I think when the people in Natchitoches sit up there in the stands and look down on the sideline, they'll see a group of guys that are together, they're organized, and they're playing good, fast, physical, clean football.
When you break down the team and you look at just the offense first, what excites you on that side of the ball?
Well, we've got a lot of young guys. Our offensive line will be brand new. I think we've got maybe 3 combined starts on our entire roster in the offensive line. So we brought in some guys there. I think that can really help us. We've got a couple really young running backs that I think can be good. We brought in a kid named Zay Davis at the mid-year who's really, really talented, had a good spring practice. And then Kenneth Lacey's back, who can run the ball really, really hard. And then Colby Burrell's there. He's been injured, been in and out with some things over the spring and summer, but looking back at the past film, he can do some things. Then out on the edge, we've got some legitimate speed. We do have that, and that's something that we're really excited about and have to take advantage of. Miles Kenton-Denton's is a guy that can run with anybody in the country anywhere, and he can make some plays for us. So we've got some guys on offense that can do some things, but we're going to make sure we play within ourselves and make sure they know what to do within the structure and within the system and put them in a good position to make plays.
Then when you look on the other side at the defense, where do you think the strengths are on that side of the ball?
Well, up front, I think we've got 3 defensive linemen that are really, really good football players. Johnny Mitchell is a giant. He's a large man there at nose. And then we've got 2 redshirt freshmen, Keyshawn Reed and Chancellor Owens, who are really, really talented. I think they, if they hang in there, they're still redshirt freshmen, but they may be next-level players that can do some stuff. They've got some unique skill sets, so I'm really excited about what we've got there. At linebacker, we took Cadillac from safety last year and moved him down to linebacker. I think that's going to really, really help us. I think it fits his skill set. Got to put a couple more pounds on him, so we've been feeding good here in Texas the last couple of days. But I think he's going to do a great job leading that defense, and we've got a good crop of linebackers in there. Our concern on defense is our depth. I feel good about our first 11. We have some guys in spots that have good depth, but overall we definitely still need some more numbers. And as I mentioned, we got 60 brand new faces coming in, so hopefully those guys can develop pretty quick to give us some depth.
I have to know, Cadillac, what have you been eating then since you've been here?
Everything.
Been eating a lot of protein, like eggs and all that stuff. A lot of pizza. Yesterday we had a lot of pizza. Eating a lot.
How has that transition been for you, though, going from safety to linebacker?
At first it was kind of complicated, learning the techniques and everything, but I just put my trust in God, and God has a plan for everything that He does. So I just went to work at it, buying into Coach Williamson, what he's telling me to do, and just putting the team before me.
A new position, but what are your goals for this season individually at that position?
Probably lead the team in tackles and just win. That's it.
And then, Chance, for you, do you have any specific goals that you're looking at trying to hit some benchmarks for this season?
Win a conference championship.
It's the most important. Coach, you got to love that when you hear players talk about that ultimate goal. How do you believe that this team can get there?
One day at a time. And that's what they've done ever since we got there on November 27th. It's one day at a time. These guys have taken steps to move forward. And, as this thing comes out, we're picked last. We deserve that. We've earned that. But there's a trophy out there in the hallway right now that doesn't have anybody's name on it yet, and it's up for the taking for anybody. So, as I just mentioned a minute ago, we haven't won a game in 625 days. We have the third longest losing season streak in the country, and you got guys up here talking about winning a conference championship. I love that. That's what you should do. Anytime you set a goal, you should set the highest goal possible, and if you fall short, you're still in pretty good shape, right? But we're going to go out there to win the first one, then we'll go try to get the second one. It's been 625 days. Let's go get one, and then we'll go get the second one and see where things fall. But that's how they ought to be talking. That's how they ought to be thinking. I tell them all the time, dream big. Like I said, that trophy out there has nobody's name on it, so there's no reason at the end of the season they can't say Northwestern State. I think we've got a school that's won 13 in its history. Let's go try to get number 14. So I'm awful proud to hear them talk that way. And they're not saying those things from a place of arrogance. They're saying it from a place of having confidence in the work that they put in, because they've worked really hard, and I'm awful proud of them.
You got to love the belief. The countdown is on for that first game. Good luck this season. Unless there's any questions, we will wrap things up. So thank you guys so much. Good luck this season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.